Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to make this gorgeous little takeaway treat holder, and each year for Christmas time I make my nieces and nephews a box that holds lollies in it for Christmas. So when I saw this in the holiday catalogue, I thought this is what I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab this die and stamp set and make these, because as the kids get a little bit older they don't need so many lollies. And this will hold some great little gumballs in it, so that's what I've done. So I'm going to bring in the catalogue just to show you. So it's the Stampin' Up holiday catalogue, and on page 50 this is the bundle here, so you can buy the stamp set and the framelits together and save yourself 10%. And on page 51 they've actually got a couple of samples here, so there's two up here and another one over here. So the stamp sets we're using today are Takeout treats with the Takeout framelits. I'm also using the buffalo check for this piece here, and the signs of Santa. Now I've used it for a joyful Christmas, so for the tag. I've also used it for the official seal of the North Pole and the sentiment on the side, some Christmas cheer for you, which I thought was really cute. So the inks for today are Memento Tuxedo Black and Garden Green. I've also used the Versamark because we're heat embossing with the gold. I have two of my markers, the Stampin' Right markers. I have Real Red and Garden Green. I have just a hole punch. So I'm also using my embossing buddy as well as my heat tool. And I've just got some cheap golden twine, and you can get this from the cheap $2 shops as well as Spotlight and Lincraft if you live in Australia. And I have my card kit here as well. It's half a piece of A4 cardstock in Garden Green. I have a piece of Real Red and a piece of Whisper White. And all the measurements and supplies can be found over on my blog, and that link is in the description of this video. There is also a link there to my online store, so if you're in Australia and would like to purchase any Stampin' Up supplies, I would love to be your demonstrator. And if you use the Hostess code for the month, pop that in the Hostess code area and I'll send you out a free gift as well. So what we might do first off is I'm just going to do some stamping before I bring the big shot in. So because this is a photopolymer stamp set, I'm going to need my foam mat. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment for the tag, as well as that holly there. So let's ink that up in Garden Green. And I'm going to put the holly and berries there as well. Okay. So let's bring those markers in, and I'm just going to quickly colour the holly and the berry. And then we're going to do the buffalo check background. Now on red cardstock, Real Red cardstock, we're using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, giving us that black and white buffalo check there. I have my stamp set here. And to bring my big block in, and what we're going to do is we're just going to ink up the Tuxedo Black ink. I'm just going to do the middle of that stamp. There we go. And place that cardstock down, and then I'm just going to put a scratch piece of paper over the top and just rub that down so we've got a nice clear image all the way through. You can also run a clear acrylic block over the top, that works as well. And my day's not done till I've got ink everywhere. Okay, let's lift that up. That's gorgeous. Now I'm going to bring the big shot in and we're going to cut all our pieces. So I have half a piece of A4, so you can get 2 takeout boxes per piece of A4, which is great value. Grab that die out. Let's place that down. And we'll run that one through. There's one. So heaps of room there with the half an A4, which is really great. Previous dies have been a little bit tricky to make sure that we could get a cool cut out onto a half a piece. So then that's our 2 pieces there. Bringing that tag in from that same Takeout treat box framelits, and I'm just going to line that up and run that one through as well. There's our tag, and then the last thing we have is we need this piece from the Takeout Treats framelits, and we're going to cut 2 of those out of our buffalo check. So we have all our pieces here. I'm going to fold and burnish our box, and then we can start heat embossing all those pieces. So there's little tabs here. Just going to fold them down with my fingers first, and then I'm going to bring my bone folder in and make sure that they're nice and crisp. So everything's all done for you on this die, which is fantastic. Makes it very, very easy. Okay. So bring the bone folder in. We just want those nice crisp edges there. The better the edges, the better the box goes together. So I'm interested, does anyone else do little gifts like this for people as well? Like this would make a really great gift for co-workers, or if you're friendly with your bank tellers or bakery, whoever. Do you give these little sort of trinkety gifts to people at Christmas time? Okay, so now we're right to go. So these 2 pieces we're going to emboss with the official seal. There we go. And then on the smaller sides, we're going to emboss this sentiment, some Christmas cheer for you. So let's bring the embossing buddy in, and I'm going to just run that over those parts. Gets rid of any static. bring my Versamark ink in. And because our official seal is photopolymer, I also need my matte again. So I'll do the official seal first, so let's ink that up. Stamping in the middle. That's those two. We're going to bring in the gold embossing powder. I'll just make sure they're all ready to go. And I'll tell you a little story. When I was making this box, I actually didn't have anything on the sides and it just looked a little bare. So I've done the embossing with the box all together. I was able to stamp and heat emboss the sentiment here while it was all together, which I think was a pretty good feat that I didn't stuff it. Okay, so they're right to go. Let's heat those up and then we'll move over to the box. So let's move on to our box, and the sentiment actually says some Christmas cheer for you, which I think is really cute. Make sure it's up the right way. The other side. So we'll heat that one up as well. Okay, so let's put this all together. So for our box, we're actually just putting opposite sides opposite each other. So the two larger ones go opposite each other and the two smaller ones go opposite each other as well. And this bottom box here, we're just going to pop some glue on. I'm using my Tombow Mono glue. The reason is you have that wiggle room to get it into place. Go. Now I'm just going to pop some glue on the tabs on the sides and then just work my way around, popping them into place. Now the Tombow glue you have to hold just for a few seconds to make sure it has a good strong hold there. Now I plan to make a few of these in different colours, as well as some printed papers. And the good thing about this is it's not just for Christmas. You can use it for birthdays, Halloween if you we don't celebrate Halloween here where I live, but some parts of Australia do. So you could make these up as well. They're just so cute. I love making little boxes and treat holders, so excellent. So now we're going to put our tartan sides on with the buffalo check. And you could pop these up if you wanted to pop them up. That would look good too. And there's little slits when you cut them out that you can pop these together. So just like that, it goes together like a Chinese container. Oh, and that moved. That could have been very bad. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a little hole in the top of that, grabbing some of that silver or gold thread. I'm just going to tie on my tag, and it's all ready to go. Don't they turn out gorgeous? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.